First of all, I would like to start in the name of Allah, who is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Today, we are here to share our stories. We have two rounds: our past journey and how did I overcome it. My English journey didn't begin with motivation, it began with embarrassment. Whenever in school, teacher said, "Give me answer in English," my stomach dropped. It wasn't that I don't know answer of the question. I knew it, but speaking it, that felt like walking into a battlefield. My brain would start calculating grammar rule at lightning speed. Is it past or present? Is it had or have? And while I was internally fighting grammar rule, class had already moved on. People think weakness is about vocabulary. No, weakness is when you are confident, disconnect from your knowledge. I wasn't scared. There was a time I would watch speech for motivation. I am not doing it. Listen to powerful speaker like Zakir Naik, that control the structure, it made me question myself. I would sit there and think, will I ever speak like that? And that question slowly turned into maybe. Comparison started posing my problem.
Brother, that's it hard. For me, English felt like a social status symbol. The student who spoke fluent English were automatically respected more. The teacher tracked them differently, and the people listened to them more seriously. And I used to think, maybe I just not built for this. I remember watching interviews from United States and United Kingdom and thinking these people breathe English. They don't pause, they don't struggle, they don't and speaking like that during the production from Hollywood. You are sitting there replying, your own voice not thinking. Why do I sound like this? We compare our health and face to their performances. That's unfair.
So no, why we're reacting like English language was invented by NASA and only Australia can speak it. We made it bigger than it actually was. Why you messed up one tense and suddenly you feel like your whole ambition is gone. But nobody cares that much. All the time people are too busy and worrying about themselves. We weren't bad at English, we were addicted to our thinking. So this is the real sense. You see someone fluent and think they will come like that. No, they add awkward phrases too. They add awkward phrases too. They mispronounce words, they force misadance, and they embarrass themselves. But they didn't quite. They speak every time. Even they speak in home, in teacher, in society, they speak every time.
Yeah, let me organize this chaos. The real issue was psychologically conditioning. From childhood, we were taught English as a subject, not as a tool. It becomes something to pause, not something to use. So, when real life speaking situation came, we are academically prepared, but emotionally unprepared. It means fluency wants emotional freedom, and at that time, we had none. And comparison damage identity. When you compare, your brain level is less capable. And when identity shift negatively, performance follows. The turning point happens when identity shift from I am bad at English to I am improving English daily. That shift change everything.
Okay, now we start round two. How did I overcome it? There was a time I got tired of my own excuses. I was tired of saying I understand but I couldn't speak. That sentence became my comfort zone, so I broke it. I started speaking to English myself, randomly, describe my room, imagining debate, explaining my thought. It felt awkward. My sentences were basic, but I kept going, because I realized something powerful. Embarrassment last second, regret last year.
For me, growth came from discomfort. I forced myself into discussion, even when my heart was racing, even when I knew I might mess up. And yes, I messed up. The people corrected me. Earlier correction felt like humiliation. Later correction felt like a grade. I stopped protecting my ego and started building my skill. We start as a student care of being judged. No, we are learned. We don't fear mistakes. The difference is mindset. Fluency is not about action, it's about comfort in our own voice.
Okay, good. Now when I speak, I don't panic. I still pause on time, I still reserve for words on time. Earlier my English controlled my confidence, but now my confidence controls my English. that shapes something powerful. I don't want copy accent. I don't want to sound American. I want clarity. I want confidence. I want expression.
Yeah. Let me organize this strategically. Your transformation had three core pillars: output or input. You spoke more than you consumed. Consistency or motivation. You practice even if you didn't feel like it. And number third is identity shift. You start seeing yourself as learner, not a victim. Language mastery is a behavioral repetition. You train your tongue, you train your brain, you train your confidence. That's not luck, that's discipline.
You're right, Mutkan. So that's the word to grow obstructed. You stop hiding and you stop waiting perfect. You stop being silent. Because perfection is a progress and progress is messy. You all wait for what if I make a mistake, I will make a mistake, I finish my sentence. This is the main character and generation right there. So let's be honest. Remember when we were scared to introduce ourselves? So every person will laugh at me. At that time we were debating like postgres with there's no buffering, no checking, no self-doubt. But there's now that time where that's the evolution I call. That's evolutions when you speak every time in society, in school, with every time. That's the evolution I think.
Yeah, please listen to me. The fluency is not the final destination. Expression is. When you express your thinking without fear, your language becomes power, and power becomes identity, and identity shifts everything.
Good moment, Han. And at last, final message for you. Your English journey isn't about vocabulary, it's about identity. It isn't about grammar, it's about courage. You don't rebuild yourself. You don't learn a language, you rebuild yourself. Sorry, it's a mistake. You rebuild yourself. From I can't speak to watch me speak, that transformation, that next one. Thank you for listening carefully.